Rocky's favorite body mapping things for kids is, do you know what it is? Ella, come here.
I don't know.
Come here. Okay, now walk, put your violin up and walk 3 steps backwards for me. It reduces the, you know how they all do that stance?
Yes, yeah,
if they walk backwards, they don't do it.
Interesting.
Unless you go too far back.
So the Lord.
Okay, but you have to walk over there so that you're in the movie.
Right.
Good. Now you're in the movie.
Yay.
Oh.
Why we just wait?
Huh? Yeah, I'm wasting time because I didn't bring any scratch paper. I suppose I could have written all over salsa and chips.
No, it's
No?
chips and salsa.
No, it's salsa and chips. It's not chips and salsa. It's salsa and chips. Thank you.
There.
Okie dokie.
Oh, I guess you coordinated your shirts this morning.
Yeah,
You and Ella?
didn't. Yeah, we talk every morning.
Yeah.
I didn't get the chance to braid my hair though, so
Oh.
that next week. All right. Let's run your scales really fast, okay? I mean, don't play them really fast, but play your A flat major scale. Yes, because D flat to E flat is a whole step. Because that third finger is a D flat. There you go, now the arpeggio. E flat major scale. Good, and then we have to do the minor scale, and I have to look because I don't have memorized which ones. But you've got those down, so we don't have to worry about that.
Chromatic scale.
Yes. Why don't you play that while I'm getting the minor scale?
Okay.
Good, and you can start doing scale pattern, slur patterns in the scales, like 2 slurred, 3 slurred, 4 slurred.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
All right. How about G minor scale? You know that. That's easy. That's easy for you. I mean, hard for some people who haven't learned it yet. Right? So what's in the G minor scale? The G minor scale is related to the B flat major scale. Do you remember what's in the B flat major scale?
E flat and E flat.
Exactly. Okay, so now, if there's a B flat and E flat in the B flat major scale, what is there in the G minor scale?
E flat and E flat.
What's that?
I'm thinking the same flats.
I'm thinking too, and you know why? because that's what makes them related.
They just have different names.
Um,
And they start on different notes and end on different notes.
right. And they have different and patterns of notes, which we'll get into in a group class. That will be more our plan.
Yay.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and play the G minor scale. We'll do the natural one. You've played this before because we had to learn it for book 3. F natural because we're doing natural. F natural. G. And then there you go. Can you do that one more time? So you just stick with the key signature. So that's called the natural G minor scale. It just means we match what's in the key signature. We don't make any changes. But that's not a very exciting scale, is it?
No.
No, so we need to find a way to make it more powerful. So we're going to do what's called the melodic minor scale, and that's the one you hear most often, and that's where you raise the 6th and 7th note,
Oh yeah.
or 6th and 7th scale degree. Do you know what those are?
Yeah, but the D is just a D.
Say that again.
Well, the D is 1, 2. It's 1, 2,
3, 4, 5.
6.
No, the 4th finger is D. So you don't need to play it again.
So it would be E.
So E flat turn.
E flat turns into E, and F turns into F sharp.
And then on the way down it goes back to natural. So to natural, I mean, I don't mean it goes back to the natural notes, I just mean it goes back to the natural form.
It sort of goes back to the regular scale, just going down.
Exactly, exactly. Should we do that one again? Because that one was mysterious a little bit. Excellent. Okay. So what I would say for that one, just to give you a heads up, is practice it with open strings for now. Totally fine with that. It helps you get it in your ear. But eventually I'm going to have you use 4th fingers.
Okay.
Excellent. Great. We whipped through those scales. Let's whip through your etude.
You mean first etude?
Did you do for any first etudes? Because I put a question mark by it.
Yeah.
What did you?
Okay.
Okay. What
I
did you?
didn't do it any other day because I didn't know which one. I did number.
So generally we'll just go to the next one. I put a question mark because I felt like that's a good place for you to, you know, if you're running out of time, you
I
can
did
skip
11.
it. Okay. 11's my favorite.
Okay. Didn't you
Is
just
that
start
old?
that this morning?
Yeah.
Okay, well, so I wouldn't say in the past tense. I would say I started 11 this morning.
All right, let's hear it. Good. Okay, so you know the beginning well enough for me to tell you my secret number 11 fanciness that I want you to work on. Okay? You ready for fanciness?
Sure.
After I cough, I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna do. When you are playing, going from one finger to a different finger on a different string, we're gonna do walking fingers. So while you're playing the one, the three gets ready ahead of time. Right there. Now hit cover both strings. Get the three down. Get the one down. Yeah, you got it. So that'll be your project.
Okay.
Just do number 11. If you really are dying to do 12, you can, but you don't need to. So, fancy walking fingers.
Okay.
Let's do Wolfart.
Okay. I just saw one part. Okay, yeah. That funny face there. Hey, there you go. Good. So guess what we're going to do on this one? Fancy walking fingers. So here, when we're on the same string, you don't have to worry about it. Same string. But here we could get the two ready ahead of time. So start right there. You don't have to get it way ahead of time. You just do it in the note before. Just the note before, not 3 notes before. Now here's extra fancy slurred. Good. And that's the hardest one, right here. Right there. We probably should draw a face. Yeah, so do you think you can twist your arm to get it over there? Is that easier? Yeah.
Yeah. Good, you found them. Okay, so you're going to go on a scavenger hunt and you're going to find all the walking fingers.
And I want you to do it, not Marsha, not Mom, not your sister, not that she knows how to do it, definitely not your brother. He's a clarinetist. They don't have walking
I
fingers.
marked all the people.
You marked down the people? Oh, the buddies, the rhythm
Yeah.
buddies? Good.
Yay.
Excellent. Okay, so that's your project.
Okay.
And if you miss any, we'll catch them later. But you see what you can do.
We noticed that this is how you spell farts in France.
Like that's how you spell the other part.
Farts.
I didn't know that. I didn't even know how to say it in French. Couldn't say.
Is it French or German?
Wolfart is German.
Right.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah. I guess now I know more French words. All right. Should we do some? What is that?
I have no idea.
Alright. I think we should do some sights concertoing. What do you think?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
That still goes really fast when we don't practice double stops. Make sure you practice your quinte etudes this week, though. The one that you left here.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to do it now. Just
Sure. The quint?
yeah, you know the double stop page where you do. And you practice moving straight across the room. Yeah, at home you'll do it. That's why I said this week. Yeah. Because we got to get you ready for this piece. What's that?
We listened to that in the car.
Excellent. It's a fun piece. But you must be prepared. You don't want to be prepared?
I want to play.
Oh, well, okay then. Practice your quinte etudes this week.
Fine.
Okay. Give me a concert. Why do you think I'm a violin teacher? Free concert. Dee-da-dum, ba-ya-da-dum.
Should I just go?
Just go, yeah. Crescendo. No, okay, so I'm gonna stop you just because I interrupted you. I interrupted you anyway. Though it's good for you to be able to play pieces while people talk to you. Right. The good thing for you to practice once a week is to play a piece and have your mom say things she likes about it while you play it without getting distracted. You think you could do that?
I never
a
do
good
anything
test.
distracting when she's playing.
Excuse me?
It's good because maybe baby will start crying in the audience. So you want to be prepared.
Yeah.
Okay, so this section, what I like to do is start my crescendo early because you remember my story about being excited about food. So, right, what's your favorite food?
You said about
Candy.
getting really ready about candy. I would
That's-
have candy for dinner.
That's right. So you don't sit there like your mom says you have candy and you're like, okay. And then you get excited later. You're excited right away. Yeah? Right from the beginning. It's coming! Oh, that's so good. I'm gonna get more. I'm so excited. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do it. Be excited. Convince me that you really want candy. Otherwise, I'm giving you broccoli from now on in all my stories. I haven't done that's my favorite food. Okay, put your violin on.
That's not.
I love broccoli and spinach. Okay. need exercise?
No, I mean to lean.
But why did I lean?
To make. I didn't mean for you to lean.
Oh, I see. It means that I want you to lean. Why do I want you to lean?
Because it's marked that way, sir.
It's marked to lean. Like to do this.
No.
That would be interesting if the music had been marked like what your dance move
It's
was.
like lean.
It's because I want you to do crescendo. We were mixing two different ones. Right there. Okay, I have a question. Do you ever get sick of your siblings or mad at your siblings?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to play that section like you're trying to make them seasick. It's not quite as bad as when you practice vibrato in front of them. If you practice slow vibrato, that's a really great way to torture your siblings. But for right now, don't hit your foot when you're playing. That's why you shouldn't sit like this when you play the violin.
Sure.
Okay, can you do it one more time? Try to make him seasick. Okay, so not fuzzy. Though. I like the shape, but did you hear it? The quiet stuff was less bow. You don't have to use so much bow. Are you in a hurry? Do you? Keep going, go. What do you think? What do you think?
I thought it was better.
Yeah, definitely better. The truth is we don't want to make all of it like... Then you'll get seasick, and all the people in the concert will get seasick. And then everybody will be throwing up and...
And coughing.
and coughing. So... The music is marked where you can crescendo and decrescendo. Okay? Otherwise, it's pretty good. Just no fuzz. Fuzz free. Do you like cotton candy? Probably you do. Do you? No cotton candy. Ever. In any of your music.
This reminds me, didn't you have a question for Danielle about fuzz? Didn't you write that down somewhere?
Oh, what about fuzz?
A
Would you like to
fuzz
know?
Oh,
question?
yeah. So when I like leave it, if my bow hand is really light, does it make it sort of fuzzy?
Yes, but if your bow's crooked, it'll be extra fuzzy. So if you're slow, and it depends on the quality of your instrument, and like your bow is just a quarter size, so it's like this is me doing it with no weight, and that's. But do you hear how it's pretty clear, right? My bow's straight. My bow's heavier than yours. This particular design of a bow is it grabs in a really clear way, right? And I'm really moving my bow slow. So if you do, but you probably won't ever do it that gently. You just have to give it a little hug, But so everybody's instrument's different, and everybody's arm weight is different, and you just have to listen. And if it's fuzzy, then you straighten the bow and make sure there's enough weight in it, and make sure it's not moving too fast. So for you, when your bow is fuzzy, it's usually because you're moving too fast, right? Because if you move fast, it's more likely to be crooked. But also, it's so fast it sort of comes off the string. It doesn't sink in. Have you ever seen a movie of a speedboat going so fast the boat starts to come out of the water?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what a boat does, and that's where the fuzzy sound comes from. That's one of the places. Yeah.
It's a great analogy. You know what we call the police, Ella? The fuzz.
Oh, is that what?
Or also,
Slow down so you won't get the fuzz.
That's funny.
also because the boat was in the water too long, and then the point of the boat was fuzzy.
Oh, it rotted. I see. Interesting. Interesting. So just do a few notes, okay? Experiment. Do it with no weight, and then add enough weight to defuzzify it. Make sure the bow's straight. That'll help. And slow. So the slower the bow is, the less weight you need. What do you think?
That's also.
It's also what?
That's also a.
Oh, that's the crooked. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's your bow being crooked. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so there. That's the answer to your fuzz question. All right, can I hear some brilliante?
Yeah.
Don't swat. We're not swatting flies. Smoosh the fly and then flick him off your violin. Kick the fly off your violin and then smoosh, kick. Smoosh. Kind of gross. And kick the fly and breathe. I love that you're counting. That's so great. Eventually, I don't want to hear you count. I once saw a concert, a flute concert, and I could hear her breathe every time. Beat to the music. Beat to the music. I don't want to hear you. You've got all these beautiful notes and all of a sudden I hear you counting. 1, 2, 3. All right. So one of the things that's so interesting is that when you get to the fast stuff, you do this. And that actually makes you slower. Interesting, huh? Just flop. I bet you can flop really fast. Let me see how fast you can flop. In the air. Twist this way. Other thumb down. Thumb down. 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 Other way. Down. Thumb. Look at your hand. Which way is your thumb? Down. Yeah. Now thumb up. Now do your thumb up. Thumb down. Thumb up. I just want to make sure you know what thumb down is. Now go to thumb down and stay that way and flop. Yep. There you go. Okay, so you.
I was hitting myself with my thumb.
Were you? Like, you mean your fingers?
Yeah.
That's okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay. So now open air. Just flop. Don't try to do anything special. That's pretty fast, huh?
Yeah.
Now, can you lean more? I said lean, I didn't say play more. Now go like this, towards the pinky. This is a really hard thing to do. Here, I'll hold it while you do it. Okay, twist. That's it. Okay, now twist the other way. Yeah. Twist towards the pinky. Now twist the other way. Excellent. Okay, now flop. Flop. Fast. Fast. That's it. Yes. Okay, so now, can you play that fast? You were playing that. You were flopping that fast. Just, I will go a little slower. Can you do that? So tell me what a concerto is.
It's
A
a soloist, you, and an orchestra, imaginary. And at the concert, we will not have a real orchestra, though. Wouldn't that be cool? We're going to have a pianist. And the pianist is going to play as big and bold and exciting as it possibly can, but we have to, in our minds, imagine that we're having a conversation with 100 people. Right? You play, the orchestra accompanies you, you talk to them, they talk to you, just like, chamber music, only bigger. So you have to play big. And this is the last part of the concerto. Remember, concertos come in 3 sections called movements. This is the last one. So those chords are the very end of the piece. Kind of a long piece, like, put all the sections together and it's like 8 minutes long, right? So that end is the grand finale. And what instrument's playing on this? What instrument? The drum. You must have a conversation with the drum. You must be loud. You are the star. He is just a drum.
Drums are drums, violins are better.
Violins are better than everything. Even better than candy. Let's play right there. Loud. Crazy. Ready, and...
That's the last note of the whole thing.
Exactly, and then what happens?
You guys hear another
No, the audience cheers loudly.
I think that.
Exactly, you take a bow to thank them for their loud applause.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the reason you just bow is because they're too loud. They can't hear you do anything, so you just have to show them something. You can't shout, thank you, louder than 1,000 people clapping. Right. All right, let's do the other concerto, please. So this piece I want you to work on. Big, I didn't actually get to this part where I want more with... I know it's more quiet. You have to remember you're playing with an orchestra, right?
Yay.
So you've got to practice swishing and flicking your flies.
Candy.
Yes. Okay, go for it. Science concerto, number 5, first movement. Right now it's like this is you're making me sick. Yeah, I'm on a boat, there's no candy. I want candy. No flavor. Finally fixed. Oh man. Did you just see that?
Yes.
Want to play right again?
so I sort of stopped. I sort of stopped because I just did that a little.
Oh, you mean a
And
little bit too?
I didn't move my bow.
Oh, you didn't play this way. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So I was
I'll let you
too
fix
busy
it.
doing this.
No, okay. Yeah, I'll let you fix it. Yeah, you don't have to weigh that much.
It mixes me up with the sound.
Well, you're waving more than you need to.
See? Every time I go to there before the...
It's have you been practicing at all with a metronome?
Sometimes.
I think that would help because what's happening is the timing is getting off between your bow and your fingers. So let's just don't be in such a hurry. Are you in a hurry? Try that. So what's happening now, let me tell you what is exactly what's happening. You're not doing anything wrong, you're freaking out. And when somebody freaks out, it makes it much harder to play. That's the only reason, that's the only problem. So take a big breath, stomp your foot, stick your tongue out, try it, see which one works the best. You did not stomp your foot or stick your tongue out. Man. I'll do it again, same tempo. That's it, and then you're done. To keep your practice short, you could even just do the ending of the barrierage bit. But I think the metronome is going to be a really important part for you. And remembering not to wave too much. That's part of why you're not playing enough this way.
Can you show us what it looks like to wave too much?
Oh, too much?
And what is it supposed to look like?
The string's very close. Look at, if you look, you don't really have to rock it that much. Do you see that? You see that?
Like, I'm sort of going in the air.
Yeah, it's because you're waving more than you need to, and then sometimes you hit this guy. So can you? Okay, so just practice going slow there. Good. Yeah. And then slowly get faster with the metronome.
And then when I get fast, I just get on the
That's because this is a very common disease that you have. It's that you practice slowly, like a good student, and then you went fast. What did you skip?
The middle.
The medium. You need to gradually get faster. That's why. So I'm going to let you do that on your own and ask you to go on from here. Can we start there? Woohoo!
Yay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. In all the sections with triplets, I would like a little bit more with the nudging. Okay.
But not too fuzzy.
The nudge comes from adding weight anyway, so you won't get fuzzy if you're doing it. Here. Juicy. There you go.
Also, my
Exactly.
perpetual motion
far did you get? Fast to get that?
I don't remember.
Well, keep.
Probably near 144.
Okay, we'll keep working on it. See how fast you can get. See if you can get 1,144.
That's not even on the metronome.
Oh, you need a new metronome.
No, even on the phone.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Ones
Do you have
like
a
that?
No. Do you have a question?
I'm just looking because I think I wrote it in my book.
Oh, this one says 138.
Yeah. So I think that's how fast I did it.
Good. So you keep working on that, working on the phrasing, the nudges on the triplets, not too nudgy, but just so that it gets comfortable when you have to with the bowing.
Yeah.
And then so you can start doing the dynamics on the first page.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
All right. Should we take a little bow?
Yes.
Thank you.